It's brunch time, so Shane Smith is here to keep hunger at bay.
We're making Shakshouka. Shane, what's that?
What is it? It's a fancy name for baked eggs, basically. So it's a North African dish of tomatoes and peppers and some spices and some eggs in there. So it's
Is it a kind of huevos ranchero?
Yeah, it's very
vibe?
similar. Yeah.
Is it hot?
That's totally up to you. What will
You know
get
my
through
delicate little tum-tums?
Yeah. It's okay for chocolate cake, but not for for chilies.
Chili in the
All right, Shane. All right.
So what are we going to do
What
first?
we're going to start, what I've started off here is just sweating off some onions and garlic. Now, really, again, with this here, it's about building flavour.
You've a lot of onions and garlic in there, Shane.
Yeah, that's
Lovely.
for 4 people, so we the show, well, or 2
Having a
hungry
few
people.
showers to rid that smell. They're
So
lovely then.
the building up the flavour is really important in this here because it's sometimes tomatoes, when you add it, it can be a little bit bland. So again, we're using tomatoes aren't in season at the moment, so we're using tin tomatoes. But again, it's a matter of I'll crank this up, adding in a little bit of flavour. Now, what I love about this is it's completely up to yourself. And what spice? Where are you going?
I'm going to fix the cooker for you.
No, it's good.
Is it on?
Yeah, we're on. Yeah.
You're on. Good.
That's it. We're sucking diesel.
We found coins to put in the slot.
So peppers in here. This will naturally kind of sweeten up the dish as well.
Okay.
Some cherry tomatoes here, and there's chili in here. Now, we have put spices in there, so again, it's completely up to you. If you like something that's really spicy, add in fresh chili, some chili flakes. What I have in here is a little blend of paprika. There's some cumin. Cumin is one of the main spices in this dish here.
It is a social dish,
Yes.
so it is for sharing. So you're probably better off kind of going easy on the spices.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are
And what I
entertaining with the dish.
find as well, if someone isn't a huge spice fan, build up your other flavours, like your cumin and your paprika is not going to add spice, it'll just add a depth of flavour to it. And then you can have some chilies and stuff on the side. If somebody wants to add a little bit of cayenne pepper, chili to that as well themselves. As you said, it's a little bit more up to the person themselves.
So you can temper it to your own taste.
Yeah, exactly. And what I find
Like
with the...
hot food?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Let's
Just assume if I'm looking in your direction talking, it's you I'm speaking to, shall we? Who, me?
Just looking straight over the shoulder at me
just
there.
prancing there for a minute.
Anyway.
I do, well, sometimes.
Right. I'm glad we got there in the end, lads.
Glad that we got there in the end.
Conversation
Wow.
stopper.
So again, you don't have to put in cherry tomatoes, but a nice little bit of texture in there as well when you're adding that in.
Lovely.
So
Yes.
you're cooking all that down, and it said some chopped tomatoes here. These are just your tin bought tomatoes.
Now, I would use them a lot in cooking. I'm sure
Okay.
you do too.
Yeah,
So
with the old-
but they are, very, as you say, bland, sometimes a little bit bitter as well. So I kind of throw in a bit of brown sugar. Is that bad?
That's what I was just about to say. It's nice to put a
sugar,
little
yeah.
pinch of sugar in just to take that edge off it
Yeah.
as well.
Is there anything in that myth as well that you shouldn't, I'm not just saying because you've done it, but should you not use a metal spoon when you're cooking with tomatoes?
I've heard that. I'm not sure.
I've heard something
I'm not sure if
about
it
that.
tarnishes the spoon or
Is
if
that not to do with putting it in the
It's something to
fridge?
do with the reaction with tomatoes with the metal spoon. It does something to the sauce. That's why you'd always see Italians would always use a wooden spoon when they're making ragouts and that. Anyway, we don't have a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
But it's probably all horse manure anyway.
I'm
Anyway,
sure someone will let us know on who's under
yeah, I'm
or
sure
wrong.
they will on Twitter. Yeah.
So we'll just put the metal spoon back in again here, just to really mess up the
Still
sauce.
tastes lovely.
So we're going to bring that up to the boil here.
So layers
And again,
and layers of flavour.
Layers of flavour. This is where you added your spice in there. Now, what I've done with that spice, I've added a little bit of peri-peri, so it's got a nice little bit of heat to it as well. So
you
it's
are
really...
being a bit dangerous, aren't
yeah,
you?
you're living on the edge. So again, what we do is you bring that up to the boil, or you start stewing it down here. Honestly, you'll see that the cherry tomatoes are breaking down slightly. And then that's what you're looking for, because everything else, you want a bit of texture in there too. What I have in here is some chorizo.
Beautiful.
Again, that's not the traditional one, but again, it's
yeah.
up to you then. So that adds a lovely
Have you been
smoked...
following Shane recently on Instagram? He's just back from Portugal.
Yes.
And some incredible photographs
So
and
that market
places and
that you're in, the
Yeah,
food
time market, yeah,
did you
yeah,
even leave there at all?
There was a little corner from a little blanket,
some
so I
of the
just
food
curled
you
up and lived in it.
photographed was fantastic.
Yeah, and I ate it all as well.
Of course you did.
It's your job.
Well, that's it. It was a nice little breakaway, but yeah, just
Anyway.
amazing seafood and all the rest that goes with it.
Meanwhile,
feel
back at the
inspired?
Shakshouka.
Back to the shakshuka, exactly. I was inspired. So what we're doing here, we're making little wells here.
Okay.
So you cook down your sauce a little bit more. If you find the sauce is getting a bit thick, have some water, add it in.
Very
That'll
good.
loosen up the sauce because you're going to be cooking the eggs in here. So what you're doing
Lovely.
is just adding your egg.
The well is clever, isn't it?
Very
I've often
clever.
wondered how they end up so
Sit it.
condensed.
Little tip, crack your egg separately, okay? Don't crack it directly into it. What's happened before is the shell will go in and you're fishing it out and all that. So it's just, again, just make that little well in the centre. You're going to pop the next egg in. Now what you can do is you can turn down the heat on this and let it cook naturally.
And are you going to turn off the heat then and just leave it
If
there
you have a
with the
lid,
over
what
it
I've
till-
done here, I've just kind of covered this one with the lid. So basically, you can cover with the lid, turn it off, and that'll take about maybe 8 minutes or so, depending on what way you like your eggs. So in the morning.
I love the idea of the chorizo in it as well. Makes
Yeah,
it
it's a
real
nice little bit of
breakfasty,
cake.
Brunchy kind of meal.
What you have here then is your nice dish here. As you can see, it's still nice and nice
to
and
try
moist there
some
as
if
well.
that's okay.
So what we do is just finish it off. Nice little bit of spring onion. Coriander is really, really good as well, just to add that extra little hit of flavour. And what I love for that salt is a little bit of feta cheese. Now again, we're kind of going off beaten track a little bit with the more traditional shakshuka, but
So
as
it's
you can
not
see here,
shakshuka anymore.
it's kind of elevated to
Shakshuka.
shakshuka. Actually,
Shakshuka.
Right,
we're going
let's
to
dig in.
hate in that one there. We're going to eat out of the pan, are we? Oh no, hold on.
Yes, let's eat out of the pan. Wouldn't be the first time.
Before, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're going to be back later on and we're going to concentrate on dessert.
Yes, we've got a gorgeous chocolate coffee mocha cake for
You
the
know,
second
taste
half. Brought a couple of spoons there
Absolutely
as well.
gorgeous.
And a little bit of crusty bread as well, a little bit of garlic and olive oil on it is really nice as well.
Fab, Shane. Thanks, Mo. We'll
No
see you
worries
later
at all.
on.